any of the sessions from the heats and the finals, £5 per session. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the screen using your camera on your phone, or go to the Vimeo website to access the footage. It's a perfect keepsake to remember those excellent swims at this Swim England National Summer Meet 2018, and of course a lot more to come as well. So do make sure you look into that if you are interested in purchasing any of the sessions that you've seen so far from this Swim England Summer Meet 2018. And also, of course, next time we'll be here at Ponds Forge will be for the Swim England National Winter Championships 2018. That will be taking place between the 14th and the 16th of December. For more information on that, do visit the website at the bottom of the screen there, the swimming.org/sport/major-events. Do make sure that you go on that website if you are interested in more information about the Swim England National Winter Championships 2018. Of course, last year's Winter Championships were a real success ahead of the Commonwealth Games, and we're hoping for more great swimming this December as well. But of course, it's all about the summer, it's all about the here and now. We've still got a little bit of summer lingering around here in South Yorkshire, and day number 4 not too far away. How are we feeling this morning, Ponds Forge? A few of you on the screen looking very tired indeed. I think this is the least amount of waves we've had so far. There we go, there's a crew of women there that are able to give us a bit of a wave. That's good to see. A few of us in high spirits, and we've got a City of Coventry banner here this morning as well. Good to see you guys from the Midlands as we gear up around 5 minutes to go before the start of this morning's session. As ever, you can get in touch with us. The hashtag is SE Swimming. We may be running a bit of a competition during the day as well. Of course, another long one today with the women's 1500 metre freestyle with us in the mid-afternoon session. So we may have a bit of a competition there as well. Do listen out for that. Let's get day 4 off and on the road then, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, please welcome to poolside our referees and their team of technical officials. Ladies and gentlemen, your referees, Heather Summerall and Joanne Highfield. Your starters for this morning's session are Rhiannon Edwards and Durno Jessamine. Your technical director, Roger Pryor. Officials, you may be seated. So our first set of athletes coming to poolside then, ladies and gentlemen, for the first event. We've got a couple of 200 metre butterfly events coming up with the women and then the men. A bit later on as well, we've got some multi-class action in the frame of the 200 metre freestyle, and then we go on to the 50 metre events, the women's 50 breast, the men's 50 breast, and then the 100 metre backstroke to finish us off. And then of course we'll be back for the mid-afternoon for the women's 1500 freestyle, but we'll put that to the back of our minds for now as we start off with the women's 200 metre butterfly, and this is heat number 1.
looks like we've just got a short delay at the start of this morning, ladies and gentlemen. So mention, hit us up on Twitter, hashtag SE Swimming. Very good morning, by the way. Stephen Jameson here alongside Jonathan today. Kerry Morris says, good luck, Kate. Keep going. It's nearly time to relax on holiday. I'd like to imagine, Kerry, that that's for me and Jono as well, that message. I hope it is. I very much plan on doing so. Thank you for the support. Anna-Marie Southcott says, proud of our small swimming club. 4 of the team competing today from Tiverton. Good luck, Jodie, Gemma, Jack and Sam. PKM Dizzle says, good luck to Ruby Coyle, who's swimming in the 200-metre fly today. Kate Naylor's been in touch saying, go Sam Naylor. Julie Larkin wishing good luck to Ryan. Jenny Hibbs saying, good luck to Max Adams and Joseph in the 200 fly. Go Salford. And a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to start the session, please do remember to keep your phones on silent, no flash photography at the starts. And I think we're just about ready to go down on the poolside, so we'll hand down for our first event, the women's 200 fly. Start with Heat 1.
Away we go. Heat number 1. Lane 2 from City of Leeds, Isla Williams. 3 from Tiverton is Gemma Dilks. Lane 4 from Grimsby, Evie Barber. 5 from Bassett Law is Izzy Hobson Corbett. 6 from Wigan, Olivia Sheehan. And in 7 from City of Leicester is Jessica Owen.
So at the moment in first position, Olivia Sheehan in lane 6 of Wigan, with Evie Barber in lane 4, just behind her, but you can see in 3, Gemma Dilks of Tiverton beginning to turn the screw at the last. And most of these swimmers in the 12-13 year age group, Evie Barber in lane 4 the exception, but the rest of them all slogging it out. So coming in to the final throws of this, Olivia Sheehan of Wigan. Looks like she's going to do it. Here she comes into the wall. 2:31.75. Gemma Dilks next in. It was close between Dilks and Barber. Gemma Dilks' time 2:33.38. And Evie Barber 2:33.55. But a really good chase there from the swimmers in Heat 1. Confirmation of those results on the screen. Up next is Heat 2.
Much fuller pool for heat number 2. And there are 10 heats in total for this event. Lane 0 from Wrekin College, Harriet Smith. Lane 1 from City of Bristol, Bethan Anderson. Lane 2 from Millfield, Rhiannon Evans. 3 from Nova Centurion, Chloe Quinn. Yasmin Sheffield of Leicester Sharks is in 4. Lane 5 from City of Leeds, Freya Johnson. Jasmine Stockton of City of Manchester Aquatics is in 6. In 7th from Winsford, Isabel Kay. Lane 8 from Northampton, Bobby Harper. And Leonie Jones of Borough of Stockton leads the way at the halfway point in lane 9. Yasmin Sheffield of Leicester Sharks. Sheffield by name, Leicester by nature. And at the moment, up towards the front with Leonie Jones in 9, and also in lane 7, Isabel Kay of Winsford as well. They were your front 3 at the halfway point, and it's remaining that way as well. So Sheffield from Jones. Kay still in 3rd, and frustrating at the moment for the likes of Bethan Anderson in lane 1, and also Chloe Quinn as well in lane 3. It's all about getting that quick time under your belt rather than where you finish in a heat, but it's never nice to see a band of people in front of you. No one in front of Sheffield in 4 and Jones in 9 though. Still good swimming from Isabel Kay. You've got to give credit to those 3 at the front because they have been almightily consistent in this swim. And Leonie Jones, the quickest of them, 2:27.97. It's not often you see a front 3 out from the front and managing to stay there as well, particularly when they've not all come from the middle lane. So a good swim from Jones, Yasmin Sheffield in 2nd and Isabel Kay in 3rd. Separated by exactly a second there, the top 3, as we go on to heat 3. Lane 0 from Newquay is Jocelyn Couch. In 1 from Nova Centurion, Imogen Spouge. 2 representing City of Leeds, Lauren Smith. In 3, also from Nova Centurion, Summer Simpson. We're not done with them quite yet. We'll come back to their other contender in a moment. Beth Gibbons of York City in 4. Lane 5 from Doncaster Darts, Hannah Newnham. Kate Morris completes that Nova Centurion trio in lane 6. 7 from Wigan Best, Rachel Hornby. In 8 from RTW Monson, Amelia Vorster. And in 9 from Borough of Harrow, Ruby Coyle. Well, the last one was certainly unique in the way you had 3 swimmers in completely different areas of the pool with each other all the way through the race. But at the moment, Anna Newnham of Doncaster Darts wanting to go solo, and at the halfway point she led over 2nd place Amelia Vorster in lane 8 by 2.25 seconds. Is that a gap that's going to change? All the entries of these swimmers very, very similar indeed, as is usually the case, but when it comes to the heats it's a whole different set of circumstances usually. Very close for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th at the moment, and again a mixture of age categories in the 12-13 year age group, the 14, the 15, there's also a 16-year-old in there as well. So these times won't have direct repercussions on each of these swimmers, but it may do when comparing them
with swimmers in their age bracket later on in the competition. So Hannah Noonan, she's done all she can out at the front. Another solid 200 here. Had some good swims this morning. 2:26.17, the latest of them, and a huge improvement as well on the entry. Hannah Newman in the 15-year category. Rachel Horn being next in the 14-year age group. 2:34.5. Amelia Vorster also in that age bracket with her time of 2:39.7. So that's your top three. But some decent swims there all across the top 5 or 6. As we go on now to heat number 4. Lane 0 from Beckenham, Annabelle Wilson. Lane 1 from Doncaster Darts, Kaylee Ramshaw. Lane 2 from Sutton Cheam, Sasha Cruz-O'Diver. 3 representing Ellesmere College Titans, Henrietta Damasa. In 4 from Tynemouth, Ella Took. 5 from Darlington, Neve Sweeney. Jodie Dilks of Tiverton in 6. In 7 from West Suffolk is Neve Perry. In 8 from Chesterfield, Amber Downham. And in 9 from Boldmere is Rebecca Elop. Tiverton have been in touch. Please can we have a shout out for Tony Dilks, who has his birthday today, and both of his twin daughters are racing in this event. We've already had Gemma Dilks, and now we've got Jodie in the pool as well, both aged 12. Many thanks. Pleasure is all ours. Thank you very much for that, Tiverton, and a big happy birthday to Tony Dilks, who will be watching with great interest here. Lane 3, Henrietta Damasa. Ellesmere College Titans led at halfway, and as we've seen in the last couple of races, if you lead at halfway, you're probably going to be in the front 1 or 2 positions at the end of it as well. But that's not a formality by any stretch. It's through the hard work and perseverance that this race requires. Kaylee Ramshaw of Doncaster Darts in lane 1 is now beginning to really up the intensity and trying to replicate the sort of powerful swim we saw from her teammate Hannah Noonan in the previous heat. Those two pretty much level at the front. You have to say that Henrietta Damasa's got a slight advantage, but it's not one that's really noticeable on the naked eye, and Kaylee Ramshaw's going to battle hammer and tong all the way to the wall here. It's a really good battle. 2 swimmers in 2 different categories, but pushing each other all the way, and Kaylee Ramshaw has got the quickest of the times, 0.15 in front of Henrietta Damasa. And Ella Took of Tynemouth has secured 3rd. So there's quite a bit of a buffer there between the front 2 and the rest of the pool. In comparison, we're closely knit together. Just awaiting the confirmation of that result, which we should get pretty shortly, as we tick towards the halfway point of this women's 200-metre butterfly. The time's getting quicker, and the PB's forever being broken. Confirmation of that result taking a wee bit longer than expected. Gives an opportunity to dip into the old social hashtag SE Swimming. Anne-Marie Jones saying good luck to Wrekin College today. James saying good luck to Adam Nash in his 200 fly.
Amanda, good luck to all the Borough of Stockton swimmers competing today. Jacob, Leonie, Isaac, Will, Arthur, Erin, Ollie and Aidan. Swimming fast. Emily says good luck to Will Turnock, Kate Morris, Olivia Kingsland and Summer Simpson, all swimming in the 200 fly. Who will get the Maltesers? I don't know how you've managed to preserve those Maltesers for so long, Emily, unless you're buying a new pack every day. Spencer says, where's that badger for the national hug-off? I think that's a private joke I may be missing there. Hashtag SE Swimming. Do make sure you keep in touch with us. Again, apologies for the slight delay we're experiencing. Just getting the confirmation of the results for heat number 4. So a couple of tweaks on some times there, but that is your final set of times on the scoreboard for Heat 4. Let's move on to Heat 5. It's good to have some swimmers back in the pool. In lane 0 from Wickham District, Adel Zakazewski. In 1 from Cannon Swiss Cottage, Drew Dill. A couple of Harrisers in 2 and 3, Libby from Leatherhead and Chloe from Royal Wolverhampton respectively. In 4 from Chelmsford, Tia Gardner. Sala Bernholt of Barnet Copthall is in 5. 6 from City of Sheffield, Annabelle Wilkinson. Ella Poole of Northampton is in 7. Carrie Schneal of Rotherham Metro in 8. And in lane number 9 from City of Bristol, it's Leah Evans. So some really brave and dominant swims so far from some of our heat leaders, which is really encouraging. Shows that the mentality is right coming in here. Of course, on what is a big day for a lot of our girls, going to the 1500 metre freestyle later. And it may well be the case for 90% of those swimmers later on, that this is the first time they're doing it at a national meet. Of course, at the British Summer Championships last week, it's the first time we'd had the girls in the 1500 metre freestyle. Such is the change of the schedule for the next Olympics, and it's only fair that we allow our swimmers to have the opportunity to swim those long distances at these meets. So a big day ahead for a lot of them. Some good starts being made as well, and Chloe Harris of Royal Wolverhampton, another one we'll be able to add to that list very shortly. Tia Gardner of Chelmsford slightly behind her. Drew Dill was doing well in lane 1 and still is, but Ella Poole is alongside her now. But as we come towards the wall, Chloe Harris with the first touch for Royal Wolverhampton School, 2:25.22. Tia Gardner next to touch on 2:27.38, and it's Ella Poole that just ousts Drew Dill to go into the top trio. There she manages to get a time as well under 2:31 with 2:38.4. They are the results for Heat 5. Up next, it's Heat number 6.
And we're underway in heat number 6 of the women's 200 metres fly. In 0 from Epsom, it's Layla Flower. In 1 from the city of Birmingham, that's Lauren Knight. Eve Lalou goes for Wrekin College. In 3 from Woking, it's Abigail Stemp. In 4 from Chelmsford, that's Annabelle Kitching. 5 is Ruby Wheeler from Basildon and Phoenix. Ruby Douglas goes for Dereham I should say, in lane 6. In 7 from Borough of Kirklees is Emily Brooke. Lois Keys from the city of Liverpool goes in 8. And from the city of Bristol is Eleanor Hollier. Driving back towards the wall here then. Generally the standard pretty even. Most swimmers entering times around about the 2:30 mark. Anything below that is generally pretty good. We might see a few hit. Abigail Stemp, I think, is going to get the win. It's going to be close on the touch, though. And Lois Keys actually pips her to it. 2:26.99, first time ever under 2:27 for Lois Keys. That's a lovely swim. And second place was Abigail Stemp, just pipped to it by 1/10 of a second. And third was Lauren Knight from the city of Birmingham. And we can confirm there has been a disqualification in lane 6. Technical infringement. And we can move on with that official result to heat number 7. So it looks like we've just got a little bit of a delay down on poolside for the time being, ladies and gentlemen. So do bear with us in this one. A couple of new posts coming in on Twitter. Good to see. Emily Kate says good luck to Will Turnock in the 200 fly. The Maltesers are in the fridge waiting. They've been there all week. Gabriel's eating the cereal bars, so you can't have them. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. Sally Adams says good luck to all 12 City of Salford swimmers here today. Emily, Max, Joseph, Jess, Gigi, Hannah, Izzy, Ella, Lauren, Emma, Will, Lucy. Swim fast and have fun. I think the City of Salford crew just below us, actually. Hello, City of Salford. Best of luck to you guys today. And we are running a competition today, ladies and gentlemen, for some lovely Tia merchandise. You can get your hands on a brand new Tia mesh bag. All you have to do on the penultimate day of competition is tell us your favourite memory of this national summer meet so far. We expect these to be quite personal to yourselves, so let us know what the best moment of your competition has been so far, whether it's been an incredible personal best for one of your young ones, whether it's been watching an inspirational swim from a para swimmer. Do let us know. Hashtag SE Swimming, and we might even issue a couple of prizes for this one. Do let us know what your best moments of the championship have been for you. Hashtag SE Swimming, and the best ones will get themselves a brand new tier mesh bag. Can't say fairer than that. For you, Johnny, what's been your favourite moment of the last week or so?
Well, that's a real question to put me on the spot. I would say...
That's why I asked it.
There's so many, Steve. I would say the number of PBs that we've seen. I can't remember times commentating on swimming racing and looking at so many PBs going into finals, and it's been the case all the way through the week, and so many of those PBs have then been better going into those finals as well. And it's not just in the younger age groups, it's all across the board, right from our 12 to 13-year-olds all the way up to the 18 years and over. And that is fantastic to see. It's very encouraging. It shows that the parents' hard work in the morning, getting up at 5, 6 a.m. to drive them to training, or the coaches, the work they've been putting in this season and the seasons before, it's all paying off. And of course, for a lot of these swimmers, this is the biggest event they've ever been at, and to still be performing at such a high level and be bettering their performances every time they go in the pool, it's really, really good to see. And of course, there's all sorts of different experiences that you get as a swimmer when you come on the national stage, this being one of them now. Unfortunate delays before your race, and of course it is difficult to be stood on poolside, eager to get into the pool, thinking about your race plan, and you're trying to make sure that you don't perhaps overthink it. So there's a lot of learning curves to be had when you come to the national stage, and when you consider all the circumstances, to still be getting PB after PB, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it certainly is. One thing that's been lovely from my perspective is being at the Open Water Nationals at the weekend, seeing so many swimmers at those Open Water Nationals, swimming in myriad events this week, especially in the younger age groups. Seeing swimmers who won national titles over 2K, swimming 400s, 800s, 1500s, 50s, backstroke, fly, breaststroke, the lot. Yeah, the level of swimming has been great, but the amount of it that these youngsters are putting themselves through really is terrific, and very, very impressive indeed. Got a few more tweets coming in as well, which is good to see. Keensham are saying leading the way for the boys today at the Nationals is Captain Sam L, going in the 200 fly. Go Sam go, Superpower Sam is the hashtags to use there. Kathy Strickland says good luck Zoe Zippy Price at Gateshead and Wickham in the 50 breast. Swim fast, there is a Kathy dinner waiting. Now, I don't know what a Kathy dinner is, but I assume that's a very, very good thing. Something pretty specific to Kathy Strickland. Kathy, if you can tell us what a Kathy dinner is, you might get me through to lunch, which would be nice. Paige Coombs says go Abby Poulsen in the 200 metre fly. Storefinder says good luck to Lily O'Brien from Leamington Spa, going in the 200 fly, heat 9. And Chelmsford City have said an all-girl lineup from Chelmsford today at the Champs. Abby, Tia and Annabelle, Erin and May. Hashtag this girl can, hashtag girl power, with a lovely gif of Beyonce. Who run the world, Jono? It's girls, isn't it? Thank you very much, Chelmsford. Thank you to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for getting your tweets in. The West Norfolk guys have been in touch again. They apparently got stuck in a lift at the hotel last night as they continue to dodge watching Mamma Mia 2.
Well, that's unfortunate, getting stuck in a lift, because the guy from West Norfolk who came and picked that bag up the other day, he had no voice left. He could not cry for help if he was stuck in a lift, so I don't know how he managed to get himself out of that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Goodness me. Yeah, don't get stuck in a lift, guys. It's a terrible idea, but Either way, I think that I'm assuming they're okay. I managed to tweet, if nothing else, so that's good.
And of course, we've got the action going off here. Very shortly, we will be resuming, ladies and gentlemen. Again, apologies for the slight delay, but these things can occur. We do also have the European Championships. They kicked off last night, north of the border in Glasgow. And of course, we will update you with any success that GB have over the course of today and tomorrow. Tickets are still available. It is a competition running until the 12th of August, so you've still got a bit of time after this week's meet to get yourself up there to Glasgow at the website you need for those tickets, glasgow2018.com. So we thank you for your patience there, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, our swimmers on pool deck as well, but we will now be good to go with heat number 7.
And away we go in heat 7 of the 200 flight. Should mention as well for the West Norfolk lot who got stuck in a lift. I thought of this 30 seconds ago, but I thought of it just too late before we had to get started. I wonder if they asked for an SOS. Just an ABBA joke for you, sports fans. Just an ABBA joke. Okay, so we move on to heat number 7. In 0 from Beckenham is Brooke Pitts. In 1 from Hatfield is Valeria Giron. In 2 from Nova Centurion is Livia Kingsland. In 3, Frances New from Dulwich Dolphins. In 4 from Northampton is Freya Stevens. In 5 from Colchester is Olivia Norman. In 6 from Chelmsford is Abby Lowe. In 7 from Bromley is Alicia Corbett. 8 is Lucy Peck from West Norfolk. In 9 from Borough of Stockton is Erin Donnelly. Lovely to see such a big crowd in at Ponds Forge this morning. Plenty of you in the building, which is great to see. Lots of backing for our swimmers here today. In lane 3 here is Frances New from Dulwich Dolphins. She's leading the way into the final 50 metres or so. 1:46.11 the split for her with 50 to go to home. Second place, Abby Lowe in lane 6. Not by a lot though, she's got competition on the near side. In 0 from Beckenham is Brooke Pitt. Lane 5 from Colchester, Olivia Norman is also there or thereabouts. Strong finish this from Abby Lowe, it really is. Frances New has been overtaken, I think, into the final 15 metres. Olivia Norman is finishing strongly, but it's going to be too little too late. I think Abby Lowe should hold on here. Has to time the stroke right, gets it, 2:26.05. Very good from Abby Lowe. She wins the race, heat number 7. And a brand new PB there as well. A couple of seconds off that, lovely to see. Abby Lowe wins it, Frances New second, Olivia Norman finishes third. And those are the official results. We can move on to heat number 8. Where we go then in heat number 8 in 0 from Portsmouth North Sea, Kate Baxter. In 1 from Kingston Royals is Lucy Hawley. In 2 from Amersham is Sophie Lawrence. In 3 from Barnet Copthall is Charlotte Bell. In 4 from Denmark, Mai Havartsen. In 5 from Mount Kelly, Caitlin Bergen. In 6 from Guildford City is Kira Walsh. Her teammate Abby Poulton goes in 7. Aaliyah May Webb from Exeter City is in 8, while Alicia Kelly from Brompton goes in lane 9. Had the first couple of entries into our Twitter competition. We've asked you for your favourite moments from the week so far. You can win a tier mesh bag for your best ones. Had one from James. He says, my best moment was when Harvey Phillips touched the wall with a PB after a long, hard race in the multi-class 150 IM, swimming out on his own. It's a lovely moment, James. Loved that one myself. Rachel Mortimer says favourite moment was the amazing swimming by our Guildford City teammates, Louise Bresler and Kennedy Gordon. First nationals and winning medals. Wow. Hashtag proud teammate. Hashtag role models. So do get them coming in, ladies and gentlemen. We will be reading out the best ones, and you can win a tier mesh bag just for telling us what your favourite moment of the championships has been. Sounds pretty simple. Back home they come then into the final 40 metres, and the race is spread apart quite beautifully here for Mai Havartsen of Denmark in lane 4. She was the seed, as it were, coming into this. She's got a good 8 seconds and then change on the next quickest entry time. So she was big favourite coming into this race. She's not going as quickly as she can do, but it's not far off. She did enter in 2:14.04, only going to be just outside that, so expect a big swim from Mai later on. 2:15.10 to win it. Great swim from Mai Havartsen from our friends at Denmark. Aaliyah May Webb gets second, 2:21.59 is quick. Caitlin Bergen third, and fourth was Sophie Lawrence. Danes are going to be tough in this event in particular. We'll be in lane 4 for the next 2 races, our final 2 heats of the 200 flight. Good international competition for our hot young English prospects. Still waiting for those official results to be confirmed, which is why we're not moving on just yet. Thanks to Rachel, who's been in touch, saying good luck to Sam Ellis from Plymouth Leander doing the 200 fly this morning. Mark Aldridge has sent us a lovely picture of Daddy Dilks, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday to you, sir. Looking very happy to be in the crowd. Kent Weald Swim Squad have said our 3 swimmers at Ponds Forge. Looking forward to today. We can confirm a disqualification for you, ladies and gentlemen, in lane 7 for a technical infringement. DQ in lane 7 for a technical infringement. Those are the official results. We can now move on. It's heat number 9. we go then. In heat number 9, penultimate heat. Mia Hunt from Bassett Law is in 0. Mia Burns from Royal Tunbridge Wells in 1. Dorothy Goodgame from City of Oxford goes in 2. In 3 from City of Bristol, it's Kieran Noon. Marina Hella Hansen from Denmark goes in 4. In 5 from Team Bath, it's Rhiannon Bowen. 6 from Prescott, Charlotte Dodson. Talia Paros of Mount Kelly goes in 7. In 8 from Wrekin College is Anya Priest, and Lily O'Brien from Leamington is in lane 9 on the far side. And once again, one of our Danish swimmers is leading the way in lane 4. Looking very strong is Marina Hella Hansen. Already seen her on the podium a few times this week, winning those commemorative medals, whether they be gold, silver or bronze. Quite a few golds for Denmark already at this meet. I'll be hoping for a couple more yet. 2 swimmers to come in our final heat as well. Remember, only 2 Danish swimmers can swim in the final tonight per final. So a little bit of pressure on them to beat each other as well with times. And Marina Hella Hansen comes in 2:15.21. Very good time indeed from Marina. Rest of the swimmers in behind her. 2:23.96 for Charlotte Dodson. And then 2:26.71 for Anya Priest in 2nd and 3rd. It shows how quick the last heat was, I think, there. Moya Vartan going very quickly and bringing a few along with her as well. Very quick heats towards the end of the 200 fly here this morning. Those are the official results. We can move on. It's heat 10.
Take your marks.
Away we go in our final heat then of the women's 200 metres fly. We've got the men's coming up after this. In 0 from Borough Kirklees, that's Alexander Stringer. In 1 from Chelsea and Westminster is Sophie Whelan. Emily Keys from City of Salford goes in 2. In 3 from Thanet Swim, that's Maisie McCartney. In 4 from Denmark, Katrina Buch Valesen. In 5, also from Denmark, is Brigitte Gard. In 6 from Loftus is Hannah Trousdale. In 7 from Lincoln Balkans is Alyssa Grattan. Maria Evans from Thanet Swim goes in 8. Hannah Sheehan from Wigan Best goes in lane 9. And plenty of support from the gallery in this one. And the 2 Danish swimmers are taking it out, that's for sure. And all of our Danish swimmers are in the senior category. They'd be in the 17 and over final. There have been 4 swimmers. There's only 2 spots in it. So these 2 are having to push themselves, which is what their coaches will love, of course. Competition only spurs quicker times. And that's what we're going to see here, I think. I think we're in for our quickest time of the morning so far. 2:12.74 from Katrina Buch Valesen. Brigitte Gard's going along with her. 2:13.22. It is those 2 who we will see in the final later on. Big hugs for the 2 Danes. They will renew hostilities in tonight's final. Hannah Trousdale finishes in third place in that race in lane 6, 2:22.79. My apologies, Maisie McCartney in lane 3 went quicker than that, 2:21.08. That's a good swim from Maisie McCartney. That may well be the quickest English swim that we've seen in the heat. I think I'm right in saying that's a good swim from Maisie McCartney. Hannah Trousdale and Maria Evans of the English persuasion tucked in behind the two Danes. And ready to move on with our next event, ladies and gents. This is event 402, the men's 200 fly. We start with heat 1. There we go then. In heat 1, not quite a full pool, but certainly enough to keep us interested in this one. In 1 from Plymouth Leander is Samuel Ellis. 2 from Team Luton, Rhys Davidson. Joseph Stout goes for City of Salford in 3. Thomas English from Chester Street in 4. In 5 from Wolverhampton, Jack Haynes. Max Adams from City of Salford goes in 6. Adam Barrett from Gateshead and Wickham goes in 7. And Peter Sachevka from Hatfield is in 8. As they make their way towards the final turn here. It's been a good start in lane 3 from Joseph Stout. He's one of the younger swimmers in this race, just 13 this year, from the City of Salford. This is a draining event, the 200 flight. Just ask any swimmer who swims it, they'll tell you how hard it is. Joseph Stout here is making it look, I'm sure it isn't, pretty straightforward. Really strong swim this from the youngster, who's dropping a year on most of his competitors in the pool. Doesn't matter to him though. This is a really strong performance, great swim. 2:20.28 from Joseph Stout. Dropped his PB there by over 4 seconds, terrific swim. Max Adams in 2nd, Jack Haynes in 3rd. But that was all about Joseph Stout from the City of Salford. Confirmed results on the board. We can move on to Heat 2. underway then in heat number 2. 0 from Sheffield City, I should say, is Barney Howarth Osborne. In 1 from Borough Stockton is Arthur Llewellyn. In 2, his teammate Isaac Ripley. In 3 from Nova Centurion is William Turnock. 4 from Wycombe District is Jan Poulton. 5, Oliver Carlos from Boldmere. In 6 from Borough Stockton is Jacob Elwell. 7 from Stockport Metro is Joshua Cruz. Shea Brent from Cornwall goes in 8. Alexander Lamb from Altrincham is in 9. And a really good start here from Shea Brent, the youngster from the southwest, in lane 8. He is flying away in this opening 155 metres or so. Can anyone stop the young man from North Cornwall? Going along really nicely. In lane 4, Jan Poulton's having a good swim, but I don't think he's going to be able to get near the youngster in lane 8. Shea Brent is having a wonderful time of it. Going to take quite a bit off a personal best here. Quite a bit. 2:16.89. Jan Poulton second place, Jacob Elwell third. Well, we've seen some personal bests this week, but that's a pretty good one. 2:23 down to 2:16. Great swim. Those are the official results. We can move on to heat number 3. Thanks to Rebecca Cauldron getting in touch, saying good luck to Will Turnock competing here today. Good luck from all at Team Serco. City Liverpool congratulating their son and Lois Keys into the final of the 200 fly. And we look at the men's 200 fly here, heat 3. Now Connaught from City Coventry goes in 0. In 1 from Millfield is Alexander Sargent. In 2 from Sevenoaks is Aidan McMillan. In 3 from Wycombe District is Thomas Lean. 4 from Plymouth Leander is Freddie Ashley Sparks. In 5 from Richmond Dale is Thomas Eddy. In 6 from Amersham is Ellis Morgan. Liam Bredden goes in 7 from Basildon and Phoenix. In 8 from City of Derby is Luke Skelding. While in lane 9 is Ruben Robotham Keating from City of Manchester Aquatics. And leading the way with 50 to go is Aidan McMillan from Sevenoaks. 1:38.52 was his split. He's in lane 2, coming strong in the final 30 metres or so. Here is Thomas Eddy from Richmond Dale. He's in lane 5. And a big push in 6 as well from Ellis Morgan of Amersham. And it's those 3 who lead the way as we head into the final 15 metres. It's going to be a close finish. Really strong finish from Ellis Morgan, who's really pushed hard in this final 50. And I think he's going to get the touch. He does. Really good from Ellis Morgan. 2:15.8. Nicely done indeed. Aidan McMillan was second. And we have Thomas Eddy in third. Those are the confirmed results. We can move on to heat number 4. go then in heat number 4. Kes Fountain from Penrith is in 0. Ben Newell from Didcot Barramundi is in 1. Jay Cushion from Winsford is in 2. Joshua Williams from Wicken District is in 3. Devesh Kapoor from Watford goes in 4. In 5 from Doncaster Darts, AJ Scott. In 6 from Pershaw is Christopher Vizard. In 8 from Exeter City is Samuel Arrowsmith. And in 9 from City of Bradford is Archie Minto. Joshua Williams towards the front of this one in lane 3. You can still see the open water markings left on him from the weekend. In fact, he's still going on Friday, nearly a week later. In the 200 flight, speaks volumes about his conditioning. Near the front of this one, but just taking him over in 4 is Devesh Kapoor from Watford. He's finishing really, really strongly. Just had an extra gear to go to, didn't he? Only 300ths of a second separated himself and Joshua at the turn. Only a few more than that at the wall. Kapoor wins it, 2:13.26. Really good swim, that. In the end, a few seconds in front of Joshua Williams in second place. Christopher Vizard gets himself 3rd. Samuel Arrowsmith in 4th. But a good swim, that, particularly in the final 50 from Devesh Kapoor, as we move on to heat number 5.
So past the halfway point in these men's 200-metre butterfly heats. As we get to heat number 5, lane 0 from Mount Kelly, James Bartley. In 1 from City of Coventry, Adam Nash. 2 from RTW Monson, Cody Bradbury. In 3 representing Hatfield, Joshua Bridgeland. Tom Parker of Teddington in 4. In 5 from City of Oxford, Maximilian Bolcato. In 6 from Stockport Metro, Sean Penta. Joshua Gammon of Barnstable is in 7th. In 8 from Teddington, Edward Hunt. And in 9 from Taunton Dean is Ben Penhale. Joshua Gammon in lane 7, leading things after halfway, leaving most of the pool to battle this proceeding out between themselves. And, well, taking the rest of the pool to task is Joshua Gammon in what is a pool that is predominantly of 15-year-old swimmers. There are 3 exceptions, all in the middle lanes of 4, 5 and 6. They're in the 16-year age group. Joshua Bridgeland, though, looking to do the chasing and maybe succeeding here as Joshua Gammon just loses his grip on top spot somewhat. And Joshua Bridgeland bridging the gap between first and second and overturning it now as well. And it looks like the Hatfield man should see this one out, but doesn't matter if he wins this heat or not. It's about the time that he gets at the end of it. And that will be 2:14.05, an improvement for him on the entry. Same can be said as well for Joshua Gammon. Edward Hunt in 3rd position, just over half a second quicker than Maximilian Volcato of City of Oxford. The confirmed times from that heat are on the screen, but it's Bridgeland leading out the Joshuas
and Edward Hunt in third spot. Up next, it's heat number 6. Really good crowd in here inside Ponce Forge this morning. It's good to see so many of you back here on this Friday morning. And we're on to heat number 6 in the men's 200 flight. 10 swimmers in the pool. Are as follows: Billy Wootton of City of Oxford in 0. Lane 1 from Leek, Callum Rushen. In 2 from Preston, Jack Howard. George Rudd of City of Oxford in lane 3. In 4, and representing Street, is Jake Mowbray. James Bilbao of Ellesmere College Titans is in 5. 6 is Stockton's Aidan Brown. Connor Hone of City of Chester in 7. Lane 8 from Hillingdon, Antonio Nicolau. And in 9 from Winsford, Ethan Wright. Really good start for Ethan Wright. In fact, both of the outer lanes are in the top 2 at the halfway point. Wright was less than half a second behind Billy Wootton there in lane 0, but now there's been a turning of the screw down the middle in lanes 4 and 5. Jake Mowbray and James Bilbao are trying to do the chasing here. Mowbray and Bilbao in the middle in the 17 years category. So those two in the middle are directly against one another. Everyone else either in the 15-year or the 16-year age group. It is just simpler to look at it as a direct race where we've got 3 at the front. Still Ethan Wright of Winsford doing a lot of hard work in lane 9 to keep up alongside James Bilbao. Those two should get decent times. Billy Wootton in lane 0 as well. Not quite as high up the field as he had been previously, but he still gets third. 2:15.21. Ethan Wright has won it in lane 9. That was a really strong swim there from him. 2:13.74. Always encouraging when you've got your outside lane swimmers really busting a gut there on the flanks and getting the quickest times as well. James Bilbao second on 2:14.09. I do have a DQ in that one for a technical infringement. It concerns lane 0, but the rest of the results all valid and on the screen in ascending order right now for you as we go on to heat number 7. Let's get a full complement for this heat. Lane 0 from Winsford, Finn Armitt. 1 from Stockport Metro, Harrison Brown. Lane 2 from Wickham District, George Mann. In 3 from Warrington, Alex Watkinson. 4 from Beckenham, Luke Gunning. In 5 from Mount Kelly, Thomas Brew. Daniel Ahmed of Soundwell is in 6. Lane 7 from City of Oxford, Christopher Motta. In 8 from City of Bristol, Samuel Lawton. And in 9 from City of Oxford is Kenji McDade. Halfway point, Thomas Brew of Mount Kelly leading the way in lane 5. His split time just over 60 seconds, 60.39. Luke Gunning in second spot. And Daniel Ahmed in third. Already into the final quarter. Thomas Brew again was leading off the wall, but it's been a really good turn of pace from Alex Watkinson of Warrington, who's got a lot of purpose about him on the final 20 metres. Also Luke Gooding of Beckenham is lurking close by, and it looks as though he's managing to get himself level with Thomas Brew as well. Both of them, though, behind Alex Watkinson. Really good last 50 from him, 2:07.82. Gunning ahead of Brew by 1600ths of a second. And the rest of the pool being led home by George Mann and Daniel Ahmed. So that one really going to form when you look at how the central lanes perform there. Best of them, though, Alex Watkinson of Warrington. Very shortly he'll be top of the scoreboard. There he is, with Luke Gooding in second, Thomas Brew in third. Up next, penultimate heat, and that is heat 8. Lane 0 from Exeter City is Alec White. Lane 1, Wickham District's Piers Bowden. 2 from Bournemouth Collegiate, Christian Tye. Jamie Black of Swansea Aquatics goes in lane 3. In 4 from Bath University, Matthew Wright. Noah Dean of Wickham District is in 5. In 6 from Guildford City, Ben Rowett. In 7 from City of Leeds, Jacob Butterfield. And in lane 8 from Royal Wolverhampton, Samuel Harris, with Samuel Wardle of City of Bradford in number 9. Leader at halfway is Piers Bowden, who's taken the lead away from Jamie Black, who led after 50 metres, but he's now 8th after 100. How will that pan out over the final half of this one? Well, when you look at how close the vast majority of these swimmers are to one another in the pool, you have to say that it's not a great indicator right now as to who is placed where. It's really about what time they're going to produce. 3 categories, or 2 categories should I say, involved in this. You've got the 17 years and you've got the 18 years and over as well. There are 6 in the 17 years. But they're a mixed bag across the lanes. In they come, final 25 metres, really close one to call this, probably the closest we've had one yet, and the most exciting in terms of the number of swimmers that are going towards first position here. Piers Bowden slightly dropping off, and that's allowing Matthew Wright in lane 4, Ben Rowett in 6, and Jacob Butterfield in 7, and maybe even Sam Wardle in 9 to really push here. It is Wright, Rowett and Butterfield who are your top 3, with Wardle not far behind. The winning time from Matthew Wright of Bath University, 2:10.74. 0.15 seconds the difference between first and second, and not much separating second and third either. The top 3 all within a quarter of a second of one another. We go on now to heat 9. And we're off with the final heat. Lane 0 from City of Derby, Isaac von Fintel. In 1 from Camden Swiss Cottage, Alexander Borisov. Lane 2 from Wigan Best is Harley Beeches. 3 from Plymouth Leander, Sean Gray. Nicholas Blanche of Denmark is in 4. In 5 from City of Cambridge, Hugo Bellamy. 6 from City of Sheffield, Simon Clement. 7 from City of Bradford, Samuel Naylor. In lane 9, or lane 8 shall I say, from Nova Centurion, Joshua Harrison. Lane 9, Henry Pearce of City of Peterborough. Henry Pearce, the youngest in the pool here, the only one going for it in the 16-year category, and then 4 in the 17 years, Joshua Harris in 8, Simon Clement in 6, Alexander Borisov in 1, and Isaac von Fintel in 0. The remaining 5 in the 18 years and over. Denmark's Nicholas Blank really going for it. 2:01.66 was his entry, but definitely capable of getting under 2 minutes, and something that's a really strong possibility of happening here as well. Harley Beeches leading out the English lot, as we said before, in the heats. It does matter where the Danes finish in conjunction to the English swimmers, because they are going for the same places in the final, but in the actual final itself, the placings of the Danes do not affect the awarding of medals for our English swimmers. So Nicholas Blank hogging a final spot with that time of 2:02.78. Second for Harley Beeches of Wigan Best on 2:07.69, and then come in the rest of them. Joshua Harris of Nova Centurion is in 3rd place overall. Those scores now being ratified, reviewed, and soon to be confirmed on the screen. And we'll be sticking with the 200-metre events in the not too distant future as well, because shortly we'll have the women's multi-class 200 free, and then the men's edition as well. So they are to come up very shortly. Just as I say, making sure those times are all correct on the score. When we get a result, we will bring it to you. We would have a DQ in that race, and it concerns lane 4, disqualification for a technical infringement. So they're the results from heat number 9. Up next, the women's multi-class 200-metre freestyle. There will be just the one heat involved in this. So here is heat 1.
Away we go then in the women's multi-class 200 metres freestyle. If you have been watching the para swimming with us this week, you'll be pretty au fait at this point with multi-class swimming. But just in case you haven't, this is para swimming, and swimmers will be in different classifications in this race. So in this one, for example, we have 5 swimmers in the S14 classification, 1 swimmer in the S4 and 1 swimmer in the S5. All these classifications are relative to their respective impairments, and they will be swimming relatively, that is to say, they will be seeking to try and match the British record set in their class. The closer they get to that, the more points they score. So in this race, we are looking out for points, not time. The S14 swimmers then in lane 2, Erin Boyles from Workington, Georgia Sheffield in 3 from City of Salford, Megan Neve from City of Derby in 4, in 5 from Wickham District, Fern Yanu, and in 6 from Devonport, Abigail Daly. And then we've got Suzanne Warren from City of Norwich, she's an S4 swimmer, she's in lane 1. And the S5 swimmer in lane 7 from Guernsey is Sarah Whitchurch. 200 metre freestyle. And one thing we can say with multi-class swimming is that when you have 2 or more swimmers in the same class, if one is leading, you pretty much know that they're going to beat the rest of their class in terms of points, and that's what Megan Neve is doing here. It'll give us a good idea when she touches in the points for the rest. So it's Megan Neve who's going to be first to the wall in terms of time. And what time we're looking at? It's a good score actually, 2:28.79, 5:52 on the points. That's very good indeed. Anywhere around the 500, 600 mark is very good at this sort of level. And 3 of our S14s there, all scoring above 500 points. Coming in lane 6, Abigail Daly with 3.75. Still got Erin Boyles to come in here in lane 2 from Workington. The youngster, just 12 this year. And in she comes to take the touch. That's going to be a score of 2.51 for Erin. And then we've got Sarah and Suzanne. Sarah will be first to the wall, S5 swimmer from Guernsey. And remember, this is freestyle, ladies and gentlemen, so it's very rare that you see it in AB swimming, but it quite often happens in para swimming where, depending on a swimmer's physicality, they can approach freestyle in many different ways. So that's why we're seeing Suzanne Warren in lane 1 with almost a fly-like movement, butterfly that is, as we see Sarah come in lane 7. How many points are we looking at, Sarah? 336 for Sarah Whitchurch from Guernsey. And Suzanne Warren here from the City of Norwich, one of the more experienced swimmers at this meet. Turned 39 this year. Lovely to see Suzanne still in the pool and swimming, doing what she loves. And she's got about 15 metres or so to go. Let's help her home, ladies and gentlemen. You know what to do. Good to hear the support inside Ponds Forge. It's a lovely big crowd this morning. And make no mistake, Suzanne will be able to hear you. Into the wall she comes. 243 points for Suzanne Warren. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your support. We move on to the next event. That was the women's multi-class freestyle heat 1 of 1. Those are the official results. Neve wins it with 5.52. Very good swim that was indeed from Megan Neve. Fern Yanu second place. Georgia Sheffield in third. All 3 of our S14 swimmers in the top 3, scoring over 500 points. Very good indeed. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, will be our next event. It's the turn of the men. This is the men's multi-class 200 metre freestyle heat. We do have 2 heats of the men's event, but naturally we start with heat number 1.
So there'll be 2 heats for the men's multi-class 200-metre freestyle. Of course, we had just the 1 heat with the women. The winners of that will be getting their medals this morning, but because there's 2 heats in the men, this will go to a final tonight. 12 competitors in total over the course of the 2 heats. So 2 of them will miss out on this point tonight's final. It means that one of these swimmers will get there, but who will it be? On our sides, lane 3 of Kingston upon Hull. Lane 4 from Scarborough, Angus Leckenby. 5 from Steve Oxford, Christopher Curry. Of course, all 3 of them could get there, depending on how good their scores are, but these 3 swimmers are all in the S14 category. So it's a straight swim between them. Of course, the points will ultimately be what takes them to the final, should they get there. But for the purpose of this race, we can just look at this as a straight-out battle, a straight swim. And it's dwindled into a top 2 race here between Owen Garsides of Kingston upon Hull in lane 3 and Angus Leckenby of Scarborough in 4. And it looks as if it's Leckenby just leading the way. Of course, Scarborough and Hull very local to one another, but it is Leckenby pulling away, getting that sizable gap up towards the front. 571. They'll win that heat, as they're all in the same classification. 529 for Owen Garsides and Christopher Curry on 472. So there's confirmation of those results, and we'll find out if they've been good enough to take them to the final, because now we've got heat number 2. And off we go with heat number 2. We're here in lane 0 from Louth. We have Harvey Phillips. 1 from Marlborough, Peter Harper. 2 from Littlehampton, Joseph Greaves. George Eldridge of Brompton is in 3. In 4 from City of Coventry, Joshua Fairchild. Evan Holt of Cockermouth is in 5. In 6 from Blackpool, Ryan Potter. 7 from Orpington is Billy Birchmore. And in lane 8 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Liam Hardy. So once again, you look at the scoreboard and you see the different classifications. There are only 2 of them, so not a great amount of variety in this. Again, predominantly S14 swimmers. The one exception, Harvey Phillips in lane 0, and he will be the man to really determine this, because he will touch in last. And the question will be, how many points will he be able to accumulate, and who, as a result, will be missing out on the spots in the final tonight. So at the S14 swimmers, we see lanes 3, 4 and 5. George Eldridge, Joshua Fairchild and Evan Holt very much tied up with one another. But it is Eldridge leading from Fairchild from Holt. Those 3 well ahead of everyone else.
So they're coming to the wall now, and it could be a case of these three being that close together. They may actually get the same points. Ooh, just a point in it between Holt and Fairchild. Just shows you 500ths of a second is one multi-class point. There's difference there in the S14 category. George Eldridge in third. Very close stuff, but some very good scores. And do be reminded that around 600 points is the sort of points total you'd be looking for if you wanted to qualify for the British Nationals. So 594, very good going indeed for Holt. Likewise 593 for Fairchild, and George Eldridge on 590. So we have our S14 swimmers in now. They've done all they can do in order to get a spot in tonight's final. Of course, 2 out of this event will be missing out, but who will those 2 be? So as we say, top 3 at the moment: Holt, Fairchild, Eldridge, and it's down to Harvey Phillips in lane 0 from Louth now to tip the balance. He's the youngest swimmer in this event, turning 14 years of age this year. Harvey Phillips in lane 0, PB of 4:15.71, which got him to this event. And will he be able to beat that? Will he be able to get enough points required as he goes into the final 25 minutes here? And again, we've said it before this week that those in the lower classifications, they have it tough. They always have to end up swimming by themselves. There isn't that breadth in the country to have a lot of S4 swimmers. So Harvey Phillips does find himself in the multi-class races having to really just battle between himself and the clock, and that is why having that support, ladies and gentlemen, is oh so important, as Harvey Phillips will hear this now coming into the final throes of this. Will he get enough points to be back in the final tonight? It's 323. It looks good to me. So there's the confirmation of those results. Holt, Fairchild and Eldridge are your top 3. And of course those results will be compared with that of heat number 1 to determine who will be back in tonight's final. Big well done to our multi-class swimmers there. In that, very shortly we'll continue with the congratulations for our multi-class swimmers, as we will have the medal presentation for the women's race that we saw a few moments ago. Of course there was only the one heat involved in that, and so our medals can be presented this morning. So our first medal presentation of day 4 is just around the corner. DJ's been in touch saying the whole family watching Paige Coombs and the Guildford team. Good luck Guildford, hashtag Team Paige. That's on the hashtag SE Swimming, of course. And also Kirsty saying, wow, Isaac City Derby making the 200 fly final on for the club record later. Good luck to him. Hashtag SE Swimming.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's multi-class 200 metres freestyle. Please welcome the presentation party, the Swim England President, Richard Whitehead. The winner of the bronze medal. Representing the city of Salford, Georgia Sheffield. Winner of the silver medal. Representing Wickham District, Fern Yanu. And the winner of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medal. representing City of Derby, Megan Neve. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it then one more time for our medalists. Congratulations, ladies. Brilliant swims from each and every single one of you. Concludes the medal ceremony, which means, ladies and gentlemen, we can go back to the racing. Our next event is event 405 on the programme. It's the women's 50 metres breaststroke. And we'll be starting that very, very shortly. 10 heats of that to come. We follow with the exact same in the boys' event, 9 heats of that one. Some more multi-class racing in the form of the 100 metres butterfly. It's women's 100 metre backstroke time, followed by the men's. And we've got some women's 100 free just before lunch. Then we'll have a short break, and it's time to dive right in with the women's 1500 metres freestyles. It's an Olympic event now, which is good to see. It's been an event in the World Championship for a little while. We'll be looking forward to that this afternoon. Before that, though, we do have time for our next event, which is the women's 50 metre breaststroke, and we start with Heat 1.
Take your mark.
And away we go, the first of our 10 heats. Just the 3 involved in this, with Jessica Murray and Celia Salford in 3, Cara Diamond of Sevenoaks in 4, and Yasmin Huna of Dinnerton in lane 5. It's an even one. Don't really want to call. I think it's going to be one of the outer lanes, and it's Jessica Murray and Celia Salford that gets it. Just under half a second between her and Akuna. Dumont in 3rd. What's confirmation of results? Up next, Heat 2.
Take your mark.
Lane 1 from West Suffolk, Charlotte White. In 2 from Middlesbrough, Violet Harefield. In 3 from Chesterfield, Amber Downham. 4 from Stockport Metro, Amy West. 5 from Whalley Wasps, Jessica Lee Jens. Ava Kelly of Croydon in 6. Constance Mortimer of Guildford in 7. And Sarah Hedges of Grimsby in lane 8. And they come to the wall, Amy West. 35.02, good PB there, with Constance Mortimer of Guildford in 2nd and Ava Kelly in 3rd. Very encouraging to see 7 of those getting under 36 seconds. Their entry times were above 36, so those improvements being made all the time. Up next, Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Lane 0, Georgia Lee. In 1, Marowyn Jones. Lane 2, Molly Monk. 3, Emily Brooke. 4, Polly Fish. 5, Martha Lees. Erin Hull in 6, Macy Norton 7, Beth Young in 8, and Madeline Rose Walker in lane 9. The swimming 4 from Polyfish of City of Cambridge, and that will be first position to her, 35.15. Second spot for Beth Young of Felixstowe. Martha Lees of Stockport Metro, top 3 that time around. We're really getting a blend of different age categories here, so again, place is not the relevant factor. It's all about them times, but still good stuff for Fish. Top of the standings. Up next, heat 4.
Take your mark.
Amelia Morrison 0, Lauren Cliff in 1. Lane 2, Rebecca Sweeney, Grace Alding in 3, Leah Schlosser in 4, Alice Bailey 5, Helena Coogan in 6, 7, Jodie Dilks, 8, Alyssa McElroy, and 9 is Ellie Harson. In lane 6, Eleanor Coogan should I say, of Maxwell is in front and winning, 34.69, making that look pretty comfortable there. Second spot for Alyssa McElroy as Southport. Top 2 under 35 seconds with Jodie Dilks making Adair happy on his birthday in 3rd place. Up next, heat 5.
Take your mark.
From 0 to 9, Julia LaBosse, Evie Roche Young, Georgina Vane, Madison Lake, Kay Marriott, Sophie Roos, Amelia Trist, Sophie Baker, Lily Jewell, and Leah Smith. Inroads being made in lane 2 by Georgina Vane of Chalfont, and also in lane 7, bobbing her head up and down a good way, is Sophie Baker in lane 7 of Chesterfield. And she's got first position. Well, good turn of pace there in the back 20, 35.25. The winning time. Still a quarter of a second quicker than that of Georgina Vane in 2nd, and in 3rd, Sophie Roos of North Lincolnshire. The top 4 there, including Lily Jewell, under 36 seconds. Up next, heat 6.
Take your mark.
And 0 is Phoebe Kelvin-Johns. 1, Beth Dennis. In lane 2, Libby Bateman-Arkinstall. 3, Clarice Ellingworth. 4, Jenna Dougal. 5, Kate Durno. 6, Madeline Duffy. 7, Imogen Stoddart. 8, Emily Robson, and in 9, Eve Linton. Well, cracking swim in lane 8 from Emily Robson of York City, 34.39, her time there. That second spot held by Libby Bateman-Arkinstall of City of Derby. And Beth Dennis of Wisbech in 3rd spot. Just in confirmation, Cumming do got 4th there. And we've got it now, Clarice Ellingworth marginally ahead of Phoebe Kelman-Johns, but Robson top of heat 6 as we go on to heat 7.
Take your mark.
Lane 0 from City Coventry, Charlotte McClure. 1 from Mount Kelly, Amelia Riggett. 2 from Wirral Metro, Georgia Heitner. 3 from Gateshead and Wickham, Zoe Price. 4 from Northampton, Taylor O'Rourke. 5 is Isabel Carroll of Aylesbury. 6 from Colchester, Rebecca Girolami. 7 from Wigan Best, Jennifer Green. Sophie Payne of Hatfield in 8. And Long Eaton's Megan Hansen in lane 9. This is probably the most even heat we have had yet. And well, we just have to rely on the clocks here to be spot on, because with the naked eye it was very difficult to call. Georgia Heitner of Wirral Metro top on 34.42. Amelia Riggett in second and Zoe Price in third, separated by 100th of a second. The top 3 under 35 seconds. That was heat number 7. Up next, heat 8.
Take your mark.
Lane 0, Eleanor Williams. In 1, Vayun Petataita. No lane 2. In 3, Sophie Croydon Kempster. 4, Jodie Shoesmith. 5, Gianna Spinner. 6, Lucy Fairbanks. 7, Frankie Phillips. 8, Ella Holdway. 9, Leonie Rowe. Another tight one to call here. Lane 7, Frankie Phillips of Crawley doing a decent job, but it's on the near side of the Yoon Petra Taita of Basildon and Phoenix with the first touch on 34.33. And Hermione Rowe of City of Bradford, 200ths ahead of Jodie Smith. In a pretty difficult battle to get second at the moment. Very tight stuff indeed. Heat number 8 there, with the confirmation of those results on the screen. Up next, heat 9.
Take your mark.
0, Sarah March. 1, Lucy Pears. 2, Maya Little. 3, Sarah O'Brien. 4, Catherine Lovies. 5, Pixie Leila Klasicki. 6, Laura Copping. 7, Alice Holloway. 8, Laura Lecrat. And in 9 is Annabelle Burgess. Alice Holloway going at some speed, but a late burst in 4 and 6. Catherine Lovies in particular in lane 4 will get there first, just ahead of Laura Copping in 6 by 300ths of a second. Good times there at the top. Pixie Leila Klasicki leading home the rest of the pool in third, 34.29. But next, the final heat, heat 10.
Take your mark.
Lane 0, Isabella Adams Howard. 1, Louise Edmonds. 2, Charlotte Hume. 3, Lucy Moores. 4, Josephine Pedersen. 5, Bethan Thomas. 6, Isabel Callaghan. 7, Eva Vickery. 8, Millie Tomlin-Davies. And 9, Paige Fenton. Josephine Pedersen of Denmark with a solid grip on this race, 31.86. Which can go quicker. Bethan Thomas second for Defensio Excel, and Lucy Moores of Guildford City in third overall, second out of the English swimmers, third out of the English swimmers Isabel Callaghan.
of Stratford in lane 4. So that rounds off the women's 50-metre breaststroke. We'll be back at the diving pit end in a very wee while, because we'll have the men's 50-metre breaststroke heats. And it looks like we're good to go with heat 1.
Away we go then in the 50 breast heat 1. Andrew Jones, Nathan Ong, Daniel Morris, Jake Reynolds, Connor Wright, Adam Tilling and Denzel Aki. Lanes 1 to 7. Speaking of the breaststroke, Adam Peaty is not far off going in his heats up in Glasgow. We will keep you abreast of his activities, no pun intended, as Jake Reynolds come towards the wall here in lane 4. 33 seconds on the money for Jake Reynolds from Bolton Metro. He takes the win in heat number 1. Daniel Morris second, Andrew Jones third. Those are the results on the board, and we can move ourselves on. It's going to be heat number 2. Zero, Aidan McMullen. 1, John Vasilev Nikula. 2, Alessandro Rioda. 3, Aidan Fothergill. 4, Benjamin Green. 5, Sam Cornish. 6, Harrison Jarvis. 7, Rafe Dobson. 8, Oliver Vedren. And 9, Dominic Anderson. And leading the way in 5 is Sam Cornish. It's not by a lot, but it is an advantage. Finishing strongly is Harrison Jarvis in 6, and also in 3, Aidan Fothergill, and that's the 1, 2, 3 in the end. It's Sam Cornish who wins it. Harrison Jarvis second, and Aidan Fothergill ends in third. Good swim there from Sam Cornish. 32:33 the winning time in heat number 2, as we look forward to heat 3. Zero, Max Green. 1, Henry King. 2, Cameron Singh Manda. 3, Simon Dryden. 4, Matthew O'Sullivan. 5, Brandon Harris. 6, Jack Aldridge. 7, Angus Nile. 8, Marcus McSpadden. And 9, Henry Stewart. Good swim in lane 7 by Angus Nile of St Austell so far, but coming through in the middle is Matthew O'Sullivan of Elmbridge. He looks to have a marginal advantage, but taking over is Brandon Harris, last 5 metres, who gets there. Oh, Angus Nile holds on. What a good race that was. 32:20 to win it. 700ths of a second ahead of Brandon Harris, and we had a tied third, Simon Dryden and Henry King, both scoring 32:32 on the clock. Great swim from Angus Nile to take the win in heat number 3. Those are the results. This is heat number 4.
Take your mark.
0 Louis Armitage, 1 Thomas White, 2 Oliver Lill, 3 Kenji McDade, 4 Thomas Woolley, 5 Luke Hayward, 7 William Halstead, 8 Finn Jeffrey, 9 Lewis Shaler. They come up towards the 15-metre mark. It's close, having a good race on the far side is Finn Jeffrey from St Felix School. Coming through the middle though, in 5 is Luke Hayward. Those are the leading 2 as they come towards the wall. Who gets there? Think it's Finn Jeffrey. It is Finn Jeffrey, 31.8. First swimmer under 32. Lewis Shaler takes second place, 32.03 for him. Luke Hayward in third. And we can look ahead now to heat number 5.
Your mark.
0 Pravin Mahendra Kumar, 1 Oliver Cashin, 2 Christopher Snow, 3 Andre Dreich, 4 Jackson O'Rourke, 5 Dakota Ravatali, 6 Mal Staff, 7 Joe Bagley, 8 Gira Ratuli, 9 Theodore Thompson. Towards home they go then. And it's really close. Great swim being had in lane 1 by Oliver Cashin. Maybe on the far side, lane 8, Gira Ratuli's going to be close. He was, but Joe Bagley just pips him by 300ths of a second. Goodness me, that was a close finish. 300ths of a second separating the top 3. Just about as close as you can go. 31.80, 31.81, 31.83 between Joe Bagley, Mal Staff and Gira Ratuli. Brilliant race from those 3 on the far side. Official results are in for Heat 5 as we look forward to Heat 6.
Take your mark.
0 Andrew Rowland, 1 Joseph Caldwell, 2 Tyler Weatherly, 3 Lewis Jones, 4 Richard Farthing, 5 Daniel Kinsella, 6 William Brooks, 7 Marcus Walker, 8 Alexander Meyer and 9 Joseph Thompson. As we come towards the wall, looks like the man in lane 4, Richard Farthing's going to get there. He does, 31.17 for Richard Farthing of Enfield Swim Squad. Daniel Kinsella is second, Tyler Weatherly in third. Official results are on the boards as we take a look ahead to our next heat. This is heat number 7.
Take your mark.
Where we go, Jack Roberts in 0, Joseph Moore 1, Hayden Woolley 2, Thomas Wiggins 3, Joshua Horrobin 4, Jack Blair 5, Alexander Boyd 6, William Murray 7, James Bilbao 8, Jacob Arman 9. As we come towards the wall, good swim in lanes 3 and 4, Thomas Wiggins and Joshua Horrobin, going to be close. Wiggins pips him, 29.38, we dip below the 30-second mark. Joshua Horrobin from Belper Marlin in second place in the end. Jack Blair gets third, but a good swim from Thomas Wiggins to win that one in lane 3. A really close one in the middle lanes there in particular. We see our first swimmers dipping below. That's 30-second mark, which is a big barrier in the 50-meter breaststroke. Something every swimmer wants to achieve. Wiggins and Joshua Horriman doing it in this heat. They have already done it before, and as you can see on the scoreboard, we have got a disqualification in lane number 9 for a technical infringement, so DQ in lane 9. Those are the official results. Heat 7, we move on to heat 8.
Your mark.
And away we go then in heat number 8. 0 Stephen Taylor, 1 Christian Tai, 2 Jake Lambert, 3 Benjamin Arkle, 4 Mikhail Gadgard, 6 Sergio Chete, 7 Lewis Smart, 8 Ryan Larkin and 9 Andrew O. And as they head towards the wall, it's no doubt about this, Mikhail Gadgard is going to win it. Lane 4, 29.52, good time as well. Got a tied second place, Jake Lambert and Sergio Chete, both going 30.41. They're both capable of a little bit quicker. Mikhail Gadgard likewise, but that was a pretty quick swim from the Dane in lane 4 to win the penultimate heat of the men's 50 breast. Final heat then, heat 9.
Take your mark.
Final heat then. In 0, Owen Ottaway, 1 George Barnes, 2 Charles Rayner, 3 Joshua Thompson, 4 Philip Graver, 5 Neil Redmond, 6 Harry James, 8 Ralph Munster, 9 Timo Gullian. Towards the wall we come then, and leading the way is Philip Graver of Denmark in lane 4. Very, very quick. And he is cruising through to take the win. Neil Redmond in second place, Joshua Thompson in third from Loughborough. And here's Philip Graver, who takes the win. Not too far away from our next event. Can bring you directly up to speed with events at the European Championships in Glasgow, where one Adam Peaty has just swum his heat. He did win it, of course, a few tenths off the European record in doing so as well. Adam Peaty safely through to the next stage of the European Championships in the 100 metres breaststroke. Time for our next event then, ladies and gentlemen. It's the women's multi-class 100 metres fly, and we start with heat 1.
Take your mark.
So here we go with the first of 2 heats in the women's MC 100 fly, and 2 swimmers in the pool in this as well. Lane 3 from Warrington, Coral Farrell, and in lane 5 from City of Derby, Megan Neve. So Coral Farrell in the S10 classification and Megan Eve in the S14. So they're not expected to swim similar times. But that is where the multi-class points come in. And it is Coral Farrell of Warrington who is putting in an industrious shift at the moment. Looks like she's going to get the first touch as well as she comes into the final few metres of this. But what's the points total going to read? 408 for Coral Farrell and 406 for Megan Neve. That was extremely close indeed. That's the second time today we've seen a difference of 2 points in the multi-class. So good stuff for the two of them. With the 400 odd points, will it be enough for them to make the final? One person in this event is going to miss out in a spot in the final. Who will it be? We'll find out after this next heat, Heat 2. So it only takes the one swimmer to go under 406 points in order for the two swimmers we saw in the previous heat to get into the final. How will these respond? 9 of them in the pool. Lane 0 from Beachfield, Genevieve Hunter. In 1 from Northampton, Eliza Humphrey. 2 from Wisbech, Anya Folkus. Lane 3 representing Borough of Kirklees, Alia Bashikoglu. In 4 from Wickham District, Katie Crowhurst. 5 from Satellite, Eleanor Bamber. 6 from Wickham District, Fern Ianu. 7 from Devonport, Abigail Daly. And 8 from Orion is Anna Binns. A couple of these swimmers already been able to boast medals, not just from this week, but from today as well. Of course, Fern Ianu in lane 6 from Wickham District, winning a silver. So these three coming in now looking good for spots in tonight's final, but it'll be their points that determine that. And it's 437 for Eleanor Bamber. So she looks home and hosed, as does Katie Crowhurst on 425. Alyala Bashikoglu of Borough of Kirklees on 412. So it will be whoever gets the lowest points in this heat that unfortunately will miss out in that sense, such as the low number of entrants in this event. 298 for Fernianu, just ahead of Abigail Daly, who gets 295. Now Genevieve Hunter in lane 0 is the only S8 swimmer in this heat, so her time cannot be compared to anyone's here. And what's she going to muster? Good round of applause for her. She comes in as well. 153 MC points. So as they clear the pool, we'll soon be able to see those points in ascending order. Eleanor Bamber, Katie Crowhurst and Alia Bashikoglu well out in front there with their strong points totals of over 400. It's a haul of 298 for Fernianu, 3 points ahead of Abigail Daly, and quite a few swimmers in there as well, floating around the 200-point mark, which is good to see. So that is the women, and you can see the men's multi-class swimmers are gearing up as well for the 100-metre butterfly, and their first heat, heat number 1, is up next.
we go then. In the men's multi-class 100 fly, George Eldridge in 3 from Brompton, Caleb Grace in 5 from Littlehampton. Those two both S14 swimmers. And in lane 4 is an S10 swimmer from Leatherhead. That is Connor Ballard. And Connor is flying towards the wall here in every sense of the words. He entered in 68.10. How quick can he go this morning? He's not going to be far off it. He's going to be inside that, in fact. 67.87. Good swim from Connor. 523 points. Going in either sides. In the S14 class, 425 for George Eldridge. And 371 there for Caleb Grace. So a decent swim from Connor Ballard. He was pretty happy with that in the S10 class from Leatherhead. So just waiting for those results to be confirmed before we can move on. Looks like we might just have to wait a few more seconds for that as well as our swimmers clear the pool. Did mention, and keep you abreast with what's happening up in Glasgow, ladies and gents. Did mention Adam Peaty cruising through in the 100-metre breaststroke heats, but didn't quite have time at the time to mention James Wilby was through second fastest, and from Loughborough Uni, who was superb at the Winter Championships, the equivalent of this one just 8 months ago now, in December, which feels like a very long time ago. He was one of the star performers of that meet, and good to see him doing well on the international stage also. It shows what a platform this event can be. Looks like our results are confirmed on the scoreboard. And we are now good to move on. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time for heat number 2. And there we go then, in heat number 2. A few classes in this one. Quickest through in terms of time will be Callum Pearson, we expect, in lane 4, the S10 swimmer from Hastings. S14 swimmers gathered all around him. In 2 from Orpington, Billy Birchmore. In 3 from Kingston upon Hull, Owen Garsides. Callan Alphas, James Edwards in 5, Joshua Fairchild in 6, and Angus Leckenby in 7. 2 S9 swimmers on the far side, 8 and 9, Rowan Brennan and Ethan Nesbitt. 1 S8 swimmer in 1, which is Scott Hadley, and Liam Hardy is an S14 swimmer in lane 0. What can we see then in this one? A good score from James Edwards, 6:03. James Edwards, the S14 swimmer, 1:08.36, just outside the time of Callum Pearson, but a much better score on the multi-class point system. 603 is very, very good indeed, particularly in a heat. And can just bring you up to speed with what happened in the last race. There was a disqualification in heat number 1. It came in lane 5, so disqualification in lane 5 in heat 1 for a technical infringement. far as we can see in Heat 2. Everyone through unscathed, and those are the official results. James Edwards wins it with 603 points. Owen Garsides and Callum Pearson second and third. And you can see the backstroke ledges being put in, which means we are not far away from our next event, which is the 100 metres backstroke. We do have both the women's and the men's on the way. I've been asking you this morning, ladies and gentlemen, to keep your tweets coming in. Hashtag SE Swimming. And Louise Ellis has been doing just that. Says, good luck, Fiona Colbert, in the 100 backstroke. Swim fast, she says. Ian Bartholomew has been in touch as well. Karen Saunders says, shout out please for Neve Ward of Team Bath making her Nationals debut. Guildford City congratulating their swimmers. Rachel Hutchinson says good luck to Izzy Bryant from Plymouth Leander swimming in the 100 back this morning. And Donna Budd congratulating everyone at Tiverton Swimming Club this morning on a very productive morning for Tiverton. Dave Paul Johnson says the whole family are watching Paige Coombs and the Guildford team. Good luck Guildford this morning. Team Paige. Lots of support coming in then, ladies and gentlemen. Do keep that coming throughout the rest of the morning. Time for our next event, event 409, women's 100 metre backstroke. We start with Heat 1.
Take your mark.
Lane 1 from, lane 3 from Beckenham, should I say, is Lily Marie Derry. Lane 4 from Stoke, Jessica Mellor. And in lane 5 from Plymouth Leander is Isabel Bryant. It's the first of 10 heats. Isabel Bryant in lane 5 and Jessica Mellor in lane 4, keeping each other very close company as they come into the final few metres of this under the flags now. They were separated on the entry by just 100th of a second. It's a little bit more than that this time around, but still very close between the two. Jessica Mellor in 4, Isabel Bryant in 5. They are your top two. And Lily Marie Derry is in 3rd. As we wait for confirmation of those results, please a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, here in venue that there is no flash photography permitted at the start or during races. Do appreciate that they can accidentally happen, but do take caution. Before you're about to take a photograph, just make sure your flash is off. Up next, Heat 2.
Take your mark.
Lane 1 from City of Bristol, Leah Evans. 2 from Wigan Best, Georgiana Bott. Lane 3 from Wells is Abigail February. 4 representing Kingston upon Hull, Isabel Hextall. 5 from Bracknell, Daisy Dewsbury. 6 from Windsor, Molly Lehman. In 7 from Basildon and Phoenix, Ella Turner. In lane 8 from Wolverhampton, Chloe Harris. This heat, including the last one, featuring all swimmers 12 to 13 years of age. And there'll be still a few more to come after this as well. So an incentive to set the pace in that respect. Georgiana Bott of Wigan Best looking to get the best time here. She's all in black, as is Isabel Hextall, and they'll be your front two. And Isabel Hextall has turned it around and wins that by 1/10 of a second ahead of Georgiana Bott. Third place held there by Ella Turner in lane 7 for Basildon and Phoenix. Her time 1:10.94. Top 3 separated by exactly a second. Up next, heat 3.
Take your marks.
Lane 0 from St Felix, Imogen Block. In 1 from Team Bath, Neve Ward. 2 from City of Leicester, Lucy Hitchin. 3 from Stowmarket, Sophie Lander. In 4 from Grantham, Iona Colbert. 5 representing City of Salford is Lauren Bradley Holt. In 6 from Bolton Metro, Georgia Ashton. In 7 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Jessica Smith. Lane 8 from Bromley, Evelyn Davies. And in 9 from Middlesbrough, Evie Dilly. Well, I am the Colbert of Grantham in lane 4 got off to a super start in the first 25 metres or so, and she's continued in that vein all the way throughout this. Her time at the end of it will be 1:07.28. Next in, 0.56 seconds behind, Lauren Bradley Holt of Salford, and in third, Sophie Lander of Stowmarket. Those results are on the screen as we cross over to Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Lane 0 from Tynemouth, Libby Freeman. 1 from Lincolnshire, Ella Bainbridge. 2 from City of Salford, Hannah Camden. Jessica Keogh of Hatfield in 3. In 4 from Team Ipswich, Emily White. Cara O'Toole of Hillingdon is in 5. In 6 from Tame, Lucy Block. Grace Waller of Basildon and Phoenix is in 7. In 8 from Wolverhampton, Lily Mae Marston. And in 9 from Millfield, Maddie Carlsberg Sharp. Lane 0, Libby Freeman of Tynemouth is the youngest in the pool and one of 3 in the 12-13 year age group. She's up there towards the front 4 or 5. 4 of them you can clearly see between lanes 3 and 6, making sufficient ground up here. Jessica Keogh of Hatfield in lane 3, one of them. And she will be number 1 at the end of it all as well. 107.85, the only time under 108. Lucy Block in second and Cara O'Toole in third. There's your confirmation of Heat 4. Up next, Heat 5.
Take your mark.
Lane 0 from Southport, Abby Wyatt. In 1 from Anaconda, Sadie Golding. 2 from Millfield, Isabella Renwick. Lane 3 from Loftus Dolphins, Charlotte Thompson. 4 from Stockport Metro, Lucia Hearn. 5, Chesterfield's Amber Downham. 6 from Ellesmere College Titans, Gerda Vasilaskaita. In 7 from Newbury, Freya Barlow. In 8 from City of Oxford, Millie Tomlin Davies. And in 9, Emily Driver of Hillingdon. Who's in the driving seat? It's Isabella Renwick of Millfield is your answer in lane 2. And in 6 as well, Gerda Vasilaskaita. Ellesmere College Titans isn't a million miles behind, and a good finish as well from Charlotte Thompson, but it is Isabella Renwick touching in first on 107.62. Second for Gerda Vasilaskaita, and in third, Sadie Golding of Anaconda. Confirmation of Heat 5 on the screen. We're past the halfway point. Up next, Heat 6.
Take your mark.
0 from Colchester, Charlotte Norman. 1 from Bassett Law, Lucy Grattan. 2 from City of Oxford, Delphine Little. 3 from Harlow, Carrie Spreely. Lane 4 from Bromley, Alexia Jackson. Sadie Lucas of Chalfont is in 5. In 6 from Guildford City, Paige Coombs. Faye Francis of Portsmouth North Sea is in 7. In 8 from Borough of Kirklees, Millie Boulding. And in 9 from City of Leicester, Madeline Squires. Well, again this one, seeing those outside of the golden lanes really up the ante. And 2, Delphine Little of City of Oxford being that swimmer on this occasion. Second should be for Paige Coombs of Guildford City, and is as well. She is 0.6 seconds ahead of third place, Faye Francis of Portsmouth North Sea. Confirmation of those results on the screen. Big improvement for Delphine Little from the entry as we go into Heat 7. 0 from Portsmouth North Sea, Kate Baxter. 1, Catherine Henderson of Guildford City. 2 from Deventio, Naomi Dilly. Lane 3 from Abby Lowe, should I say, of Chelmsford. No, lane 4. Lane 5 from Western-super-Mare, Madeline Soper. Lane 6 from City of Birmingham, Lily Massey. 7 from Borough of Redbridge, Carmen Bywater. Lane 8 from Colchester, Asma Parker. And in 9 from Abingdon Vale, Lottie James. This is an announcement for any swimmers willing to withdraw from the 1500 metre freestyle coming up in this afternoon session. You have until 12 noon to withdraw. That's 12 noon, the deadline to withdraw from the women's 1500 metre freestyle. So half an hour to do so if you are wanting to not take part in that event. Heat 7, Catherine Anderson winning that one with Lily Massey in second, Abby Lowe in third. Those confirmed results we await with great anticipation on the scoreboard. And there they are. Anderson from Massey from Lowe. Top 4 all inside 107 there. Up next is heat number 8.
Take your mark.
Then 0 from Colchester, Olivia Norman. 1, Leamington's Abigail Jolly. 2 from Northampton, Isabel Hume. No lane 3 in this heat. In 4 from Carnbray, Eleanor Feast. In 5 from Borough of Waltham Forest, Jasmine Eiley. In 6 from Thanet Swim, Robin Moon. 7 from City of Salford, Emma Jones. Lane 8 from Exeter City, Olivia Burrow. And 9 from Chesham is Mirabelle Waters. Lane 5 and Jasmine Eiley of Borough of Waltham Forest enjoying a productive last 50 metres, as is Eleanor Feast of Calmbray as well. Will it be down the middle that we get our 1-2? It is rare in this heat, this event, should I say. It has to be said from the action so far, but Eiley in first place, Feast in second, and Abigail Jolly in third. Up next, heat 9.
Take your mark.
Then 0 from City of Oxford, Emily Ford. 1 from Hatfield, Lauren Stott. 2 from Tadcaster, Ellie Walker. In 3 from Taunton Dean, Holly Hudgton. 4 from Stockport Metro, Emma Rowson. No lane 5 here, but in 6 from March, Danielle Rayner. 7 from Enfield, Megan Malloy. Lane 8 from City of Peterborough, Emma Leslie. And Erica Best of Newcastle goes in 9. Good swim so far in lane 0 from Emily Ford of City of Oxford. She's been joined now by lanes 2 and 3. Ellie Walker and Holly Hudgton, and also on the far side as well. 8, 7 and 6, pretty even with one another, with probably Emma Leslie leading out of those. But down the middle, Emma Rowson making it look very light work indeed. 104.43, and a bit of a wait until we get the rest of the scores flashing up on the screen. But second is Holly Hudgton, and third, Emily Ford. Confirmation of the penultimate heat and the results of it there. Up next, Heat 10.
Take your mark.
Zero from City of Liverpool, Holly White. 1 from Hackney, Lily Giraudet. And 2 from Stockport Metro, Kate Butler. No lane 3. And 4 from Denmark, Sarah Sylvestre. Anna Marley of Harrogate in 5. 6 from Leatherhead, Jocelyn Cosmatos. 7 from Basildon and Phoenix, Emily Lane. Megan Pye of City of Norwich in 8. And in 9 from Havant Waterlooville, Gemma Elliott. So Sylvestre hogging first, and she's not letting go of that either. Some very strong arms there as she propels her way through the water. 1:03.15 the winning time. Gemma Elliott in lane 9 is who finishes in second. In fact, that may be third. Just going to get confirmation of that. Emily Lane definitely looking as though she had the quicker of the 2 times there on that far side. Provisionally, Emily Lane, should I say, 1:06.02, and confirm that is her time as well, ahead of Gemma Elliott. Jocelyn Cosmatos not too far behind either. So that concludes the women's 100 metre backstroke. Those ledgers will stay in place now because the men will be taken to the pool very shortly in their 100 metre backstroke heats, starting with heat number 1.
Take your mark.
An awful lot of support coming for our swimmers in this one. 0 Reece Davidson, 1 Ashley Donaldson, 2 Elijah Kendrick, 3 Joshua Savage, 4 Aidan Simmons-Brown, 5 Michael Klimaszewski, 6 Thomas Schofield, 7 Cameron Green, and 8 Spencer Sheard. It's Aidan Simmons-Brown who's been cheered on most vociferously in the crowd. Not sure his supporters will have any voice left if he gets through to the final tonight. He's in pretty good shape to do it. Let's see what the time is. 62.21 for Aidan Simmons-Brown. Shaves off quite a bit of time off his entry time as well, 3 and a bit seconds. For the man from Devonport, Joshua Savage in second place, and Hatfield's Michael Klimaszewski in third. Time for our next heat, Heat 2. Away we go in heat 2. David O'Loughlin for Millfield is in 0. Dean Ahmed of Solihull is in 1. Getton Rack of Watford is in 2. Matthew Hind of Brighton is in 3. Edward Escort goes in 4. Robbie Hemmings from Poole is in 5. Bailey Boyd-Orst is an Aquabear from Rochdale in 7. Charles Hazel from Rushmore Royals. 8. Matthew Woodall, City of Sheffield. And Samuel Devaney Douglas from Millfield goes in 9. And as they come towards the wall, it's Robbie Hemmings who is leading them home. Close to him was David O'Loughlin and Charles Hazel, and it's Charles Hazel who gets there, sneaking in on the near side actually. Didn't quite even see him finish, such was the support down just below me, but a really, really good swim from him. 61.91. Charles Hazel second, Robbie Hemmings third. Those are the official results as we move on to heat 3. There we go then in heat 3. Jason Robson 0, Harry Robinson 1, James Bartley 2, Brogan Hyde 3, Daniel Carey 4, Daniel Genkas 5, Finley Naylor 6, Cameron Tompkins 7, Antonio Nicolau 8, Sam Adams 9. Turning at the wall, who's in first place? Brogan Hyde's got the best start, 30.13, turning in first position. Second is Antonio Nicolau, and then third Callum Tompkins, 8 and 7. Back towards the wall they come then. Brogan Hyde got away really, really well off the wall, and he is in prime position in this one. Look at that, body length clear. As they come towards the flags, Antonio Nicolau looks pretty good for second place, but absolutely no doubt about first, I don't think. Really good swim from Brogan Hyde, 62.02 to win it by a clear half second. Antonio Nicolau in second place, Finley Naylor getting third. Good swim from Brogan Hyde in lane 3 to get the win. Official results are on the board as we look ahead to our next race. It's heat 4.
Take your mark.
And away we go then in heat 4. Marcus Scullion 0, Giovanni Bordoni 1, Sonny Chamberlain Hyde 2, Alexander Catton 3, William Ellis 4, Joseph Giles 5, Ellis Morgan 6, Cole Lee 7, Luca De Silva 8, Batan Paker in 9. Close one this. William Ellis got to the wall first and does lead, but it's not by a lot, but at this stage it's enough, and he's looking to extend it as well. Strong final 25 so far from William Ellis. Ellis Morgan, meanwhile, in 6 is going to push him pretty close. Finishing strongly is Joseph Giles, but they're not going to take the title of winner of heat 4 off William Ellis for 62.21. About 0.4 of a second quicker than second place, which is Luca De Silva in the end in lane 8, just in front of Ellis Morgan in 6. Good swim that from William Ellis, 62.21, enough for the win in Heat 4. Waiting for the official results of that race to come through. Can bring you up to speed meanwhile with events at the European Championships in Glasgow. Quite a lot of our British swimming stars are out there at that one. Amy Wilmot and Hannah Miley qualifying through to tonight's final in the women's 400 metre medley. Amy Wilmot qualifying through second quickest. And it looks like we do have our official results available on the scoreboard there for heat number 4 in the 100 back. There we go, those are the results, and we can move on now to heat number 5.
Take your mark.
Well, we go then. Thomas Duxbury in 0, Henry Wyrill 1, Joseph Lanahan 2, Joel Muir 3, Ross Philp 4, William Brooks 5, Ryan Whitworth 6, Ethan Jones 7, Joshua Skinner 8, Jack Bowyer 9. Turning at the wall in first position is going to be Ross Philp, sub 30 seconds on the first 50. So too is Henry Wyrill, just 200ths of a second back and not far behind Ryan Whitworth in third. Going to be a pretty close finish this. Could even be a blanket by the look of it at this stage. Ross Philp does lead, but it really isn't by a lot. And he's got heavy work to do here as he comes towards the wall. Just about clinging on. Should get there. What sort of time are we seeing? It's just outside 60 seconds. 61.23 for Ross Philp. Joseph Lanahan only a tenth of a second and a bit of change behind. Henry Wyrill in third place. The official results of Heat 5. We look forward to Heat 6. Where we go then in Heat 6 in 0, it's Cole Haig 1, Jeremy Kemp 2, Adam Law 3, Aaron Beckford 4 is Shaquille Jordani, 5 Miles Drabwell, 6 Ben Fitzhugh, 7 Alexander Sargent, 8 Harry Andrew, 9 James Cooper. As they come to the wall, turning in first place, sub 30 seconds, 29.20 in fact, is Aaron Beckford. Few of them going sub 30 on that first split, all the way up down to 6th position. Standard is creeping ever quicker as we come towards the wall in the final 25 metres. Leading the way in lane 3 is Aaron Beckford. He led at the 50 and he's extended that lead, if anything, over the back 50 as well. Really strong swim. Can anyone challenge him? Shaquille Jordani will be close, but not close enough. Beckford wins it, 60.25. Jordani second place and 0.03 of a second back from him. In third was Miles Drabwell. Good swim though from Aaron Beckford, that really close to going sub 60, and he'll be pleased with first place in heat number 6 as we look forward to heat 7. And away we go then in heat number 7. Kieran Rutter in 0, Billy Dewhurst 1, Simon Clement 2, Neil Wiley 3, George Lehman 4, Ben Hooper 5, Jonathan Bennett 6, Aaron Bostock 7, Matthew Richmond in 8, Tobias Fredericks in lane 9. Turning at the wall first is Aaron Bostock in lane 7. 28.29 is pretty quick going. Second place not too far back was Neil Wiley in 3, third Kieran Rutter in 0 from Sutton and Sheen. Back towards home they come then. Oh, this one's going to be close, it really is. Lanes 8 and 7, Richmond and Bostock are level pegging. Finishing very strongly is Neil Wiley from Prescott in 3. I think he's going to get there, but it will go down to the wire. It is Wiley, 59.14. First swimmers have seen go sub 60, and plenty of them do it as well. All the top 6 do, in fact. Winner is Neil Wiley. Matthew Richmond in 2nd, Aaron Bostock 3rd. Really close race there, really good race as well. 59.14, the quickest we've seen so far in heat 7. We look ahead to heat number 8. In 0, Joshua Smith. 1, Cameron Mackay. 2, Mark Edmondson. 3, Leonard Sargins. 4, Gustav Friberg. 5, Samuel Pease. 6, Moritz Hugers. 7, Henry Hickson. 8, James Owen. 9, Daniel Charder. And as they come towards the wall, final 20 metres, no big surprise. See Gustav Friberg leading the way for Denmark. He's looking pretty consistent here. Has got a pretty quick entry time of 58.25. He's going to be inside that, I think. It's a good swim. It is, yeah, 57.81. That is pretty quick from Gustav Friberg of Denmark. Leonard Saligins from Blythe Barracudas goes quick as well. 58.62 for him. Well inside his entry time for the youngster. Good race all round there. Friberg wins it. Saragin 2nd. Hugers 3rd. As we look ahead to our final heat, heat number 9. Heat number 9 then. Let's take you through 0 through 9. George Williams in 0, William Camden 1, Max Jameson 2, Jacob Newcomb 3, Alexander Gleeser 4, Joseph Tibbetts 5, Oliver O'Halloran 6, Matthew Gray 7, Matthew Evans 8, Mason Angovin 9. Turning at the wall in first place was Alexander Gleeser of Denmark, 27.2, the quickest first 50 we've seen so far. Jacob Newcomb wasn't too far away in second place. Joseph Tibbetts is challenging to in third, but Gleeser has just found another gear here, the Dane, and he's really flying home. We're going to see our quickest time here without question. How quick will he go? Well, there's your answer, 55.42 from Alexander Gleeser, and that is quick. He only entered in 56.37, and he's gone 55 in the heats. Keep an eye on him in tonight's final. Some good swims there as well from Jacob Newcomb and Oliver O'Halloran, both going sub 60. Jacob Newcomb 58.71, particularly impressive there. All right then, ladies and gentlemen, we have our final event before a mini break. We're looking forward to the women's 100 metre freestyle next. We've got 9 heats of this, then we will break for something of a lunch. A bit ahead of the women's 1500 metre freestyle at 1 o'clock. And a reminder, should you wish to withdraw, you've got precisely 5 minutes to do it. Otherwise, call it 4. Otherwise, it is too late. So then, our final event of the morning session, it's the girls' 100 free. We start with Heat 1.
Take your mark.
Nine heats of this women's 100 in a freestyle. There's a bit of a break for some of them, and they'll be back in the pool a little bit later on. As Steve said, 1 o'clock we start with Heat 1 of the women's 1500 free. But here in Heat 1 of the 100 edition, it's lane 2, Alice Toon. Lane 3, Matilda Bogle. 4, Lara Turner. 5, Kira Heaney. 6, Isabel Eiley. The latter two, more or less twinned at the hip, and they're going to come in together here. It's going to be a close call, and ultimately a tenth of a second between them. Kira Heaney of Woking in first, Isabel Eiley second, Alice Toon in third. Those 5 swimmers in the 12-13 year age group, so directly competing for spots as high up the league ladder as possible in that respect as we go on to Heat 2.
Take your mark.
Zero from City of Birmingham, Kira Hancock. In 1 from Lincoln Vulcans, Laura Dickinson. 2 from Atlantis, Amber Ranson. Galen Ebbage of Tunbridge is in 3. 4 representing Plymouth Leander, Ella Bargett. In 5 from Grimsby, Bethany Crump. 6 from Ellesmere College Titans, Katie Hale. Kennedy Gordon of Guildford City in 7. In 8 from City of Liverpool, Holly Barden. In 9 from Mid Sussex, Bethany Abrams. Kira Hancock really battling away in lane 0 here, and in 6 as well in the all-white, Katie Hale of Ellesmere College Titans. The all-white costume, that is, with the black cap and a white on there as well. Now, she's not on her own towards the top, and she will have to settle for second as Kira Hancock, just over 60 seconds, bags first spot. Katie Hale second, and Laura Dickinson
in third. Just wait the confirmation of heat 2. And there has been a DQ in Heat 2 there. It's come in lane number 8. Confirm results of Heat 2 on the board. Up next, Heat 3.
Take your mark.
0 from Newcastle, Izzy Winter. And 1 from City of Leicester, Madeline Squires. 2 from Nova Centurion is Jessica Reed. 3 from City of Leicester, Chloe Baxter. Gretel Goodgame of City of Oxford is in 4. Grace Conroy of City of Sheffield in 5. Lane 6 and representing West Suffolk, Lucy Hudson. 7 from Maidenhead, Isabel Benster. In lane 8 from Servanside is Rachel Schutt, and Ella Tuck of Tynemouth in 9. Now, there's lots of swimmers that are prominent here. Izzy Winter in lane 0 of Newcastle, for me, looks like she's leading the way, but then you've got 5, 6, maybe even 7 in the middle that are close by. Izzy Winter has managed to hold on, 60.92 the time there. And Madeline Squires, in fact, right next to her in lane 1, is in 2nd. Grace Conroy leading home the midfield charge in 3rd. That's Heat 3. Up next, Heat 4.
Take your mark.
0 from City of Birmingham, Nadia Sterling. 1 from Carlisle, Jess Procas. 2 from Handball, Lydia Parker. Astrid Hanna of Millfield in 3. No lane 4. Running 5 from City of Bradford, Hermione Rowe. 6 from Sutton and Cheam is Lola Proctor. Ellie Hollis of City of St Albans in 7. In 8 from City of Sunderland, Millie Foster. And in 9 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Meadow Dronsfield. Another very even battle, but this time it's more on the far side than the near that are chopping away at the front for it. Lane 9, Meadow Dronsfield, the City of Manchester Aquatics in hot contention here, as is Ellie Hollis in lane 7 for City of St Albans, and a late pursuit in 3 and 5 as well. But top is Meadow Dronsfield, who led the whole way, 60.66. Ellie Hollis in 2nd, and Astrid Hanna of Millfield in lane 3 just wiggles away into 3rd. Again, you could just see on the confirmation of those results just how close it is there. It's getting tighter and tighter as we go on to Heat 5.
Take your mark.
Could see once again a full complement in the pool for this. Lane 0 from City of Sheffield, Izzy May Reeves. In 1 from Southport, Jessica Law. Jessica Woodward of Hatfield is in 2. And 3 from City of Leicester, Evie Richards. 4 from Borough of Waltham Forest, Emily Eiley. Tasha Whittle, City of Manchester Aquatics in 5. In 6 from Wickham District, Rachel Cornford. Paige Coombs of Guildford City in 7. Lane 8 representing Harlow,
Carrie Spreely, and in 9th from Chelmsford, Erin Little. Down they come then, and once again it's pick a name out of a hat and see if you get the right one, because it's so close between 4 or 5 of them on this occasion. Lane 1, Jessica Law. You've also got in lane 4, Emily Eiley on the far side as well. Erin Little, not to be forgotten about. As they touch in, couple of scores under 60 seconds there. Jessica Law and Southport, one of them 59.54, which is a big improvement on the entry. Second for Emily Eiley of Borough of Waltham Forest. And we'll have to wait and see who's in third. It's Jessica Woodward of Hatfield. There is a DQ confirmed in lane 3. Up next, heat 6.
Take your mark.
And away we go. Heat number 6 in 0, Harriet Rogers. 1, Caitlin Cambrook. 2, Francesca Whitting. 3, Chloe Stennett. 4, Amelia Moore. 5, Jennifer Horn. 6, Michaela Glenister. 7, Zoe Naylor Perrott. And 8 is Emma Crookshanks. Turning at the wall then in first place was Caitlin Cambrook of the City of Sunderland. She's been on the podium a couple of times this week. Had a really good meet as the youngster from the northeast. What can she produce in the 100 free? She's got company, that's for sure. Francesca Whitting is right there alongside her and is probably overtaking her now. Can Caitlin fight back? Will we have another winner? Take an eye on lane 8, Emma Crookshanks. She's going to steal it. 59.40, dip sub 60 for good measure. And Emma Crookshanks there, outside smoker, out of nowhere, crept up and took the victory. 59.4. We go under 60 seconds for the first time. And that is a brilliant swim from Emma Crookshanks. Result of Heat 6 is confirmed. We move on to Heat 7.
Take your mark.
In our next one then, Sasha Thomas goes in 0, Samantha Diaz 1, Charlotte Walker 2, Jessica Shaw 3, Molly Colbert 4, Eleanor Julie 5, Charlotte Hall 6, Abby Bowden 7, Onyolua Taiwo 8 and Ella Riggle 9. Back towards home they come then. In first place at the wall was Jessica Shaw from Birmingham University in lane 3. Going quickly behind her from Colchester is Eleanor Julie, but she's just dropped off a little bit as the race comes towards its conclusion. Now coming to the 4 in 4 is Molly Colbert from Grantham. Looking strong, but can anyone take the win off Jessica Shaw? I'm not sure they can. It's a very strong swim, this, and we all have to wait and see. Jessica Shaw, I think, got the win there, but I would not like to call it. My eyes are not as proficient as our electronic timing system, and there we go. There is the win. 59.11, only a tenth of a second in it between herself and Molly Colbert. Heart and mouth moment for Jessica Shaw. There is Charlotte Hall, takes third. Those are our confirmed results, and we move on to Heat 8.
Take your mark.
Heat 8 then. In 0, Annabelle Burgess. 1, Elizabeth Kingham. 2, Kai Marriott. 3, Hannah Denny. 4, Spencer Williams. 5, Sophie Hall. 6, Mackenzie Wyatt. 7, Evelyn Perry. 8, Imogen Mears. 9, Delphine Little. Turning at the wall in first position then is Imogen Mears in lane 8, but it is so close. Only a couple of hundredths of a second behind was Hannah Denny in lane 2. Not far back in 3 with Mackenzie Wyatt in lane 6. And as they come back towards home, leading the way in lane 3 then, Hannah Denny, who was second at the turn. But don't rule out Imogen Mears, who's got away very strongly off the wall too. It's between that pair. Who's going to get it? Finishing strongly in 5 is Sophie Hall. It might be too little too late. It is. Imogen Mears wins it, 59.02. Hannah Denny, I think, was second, and indeed was, 59.91. Sophie Hall then in third place with 60.09. Good swim from Imogen Mears to take the victory in Heat 8 as we look forward to our final heat in the morning, Heat 9.
Take your mark.
There we go then, in our final heat. Caitlin Kilgallen in 0, Molly Quelch in 1, Rebecca Watt 2, Julia K. Svensson in 3, Mia Hawkes 4, Avril Bowler 5, Amy Gordon 6, Megan Malloy 7, Ella Chown 8, Jocelyn Cosmatos 9. Back towards home they come then. Turning in first place was Mia Hawkes, quickest entry into this event, standing at 58.75. Keep an eye though on the Dane just beside her. In lane number 3, Julia K. Svensson is very quick, but might be too quick here. As she leads by about half a body length and getting stronger, Julia Svensson from Kvik Kastrup in Denmark. She is going to take the touch, I think, 59 on the money, just in front of Avril Bowler and Mia Hawkes, who all three of them go sub 60, but no one went 59 dead, apart from Julia Svensson of Kvik Kastrup, and she takes the victory in our final heat. So ladies and gentlemen, that is our last race of the morning. Don't forget, we do have the women's 1500 metre freestyle coming up very, very shortly. We've got a pretty swift lunch break. Be back here for 1 o'clock for the start of the 1500s. We can't wait to see you then. Until then, officials, thank you for your work this morning. We will see you very shortly. You may now leave the poolside.